Imagine living in a world where you would buy tickets to a professional sport and you're sitting by the court side and you're throwing a sex toy at professional athletes, and this stunt that you're doing is associated with a cryptocurrency that you're trying to promote. Well, if you can't imagine it, you're about to see it in front of you right now. Because today we need to discuss an alarming trend where we have random people throwing sex toys at WNBA athletes. We're going to break it down here because you're probably coming across this headline and scratching your head and thinking to yourself, why the hell are we throwing dildos at a WNBA game? This is going to be absolutely crazy because I already mentioned that cryptocurrency is involved, because why not? Why not cryptocurrency be involved in these kind of viral stunts? Let's break it down. So over the past couple of weeks, there has been this trend going on where you have the WNBA games are currently just going on out and about. And then there's always this one person in the audience that is throwing a dildo right into the courts, and they have to, interrupt the games or pause the games because, of course, these things just being thrown across the courts can actually hurt somebody. The players can hurt themselves. They may trip over it, something of that matter. It's so weird I'm actually having this conversation. Oh my God. The point being is, this isn't something that's happening once and then it's like, oh, haha, hee hee, like sex toy at the WNBA. No, this is actually happening multiple times, more so to the point that the coaches and the players alike are getting very fed up by this trend. And to make matters worse, the trend is getting so common that we actually have two people that have just been arrested for the same stunt. And we're not talking about, oh, timeout, timeout. Like, no, we're actually experiencing the game being at a complete halt because someone decided that it would be funny to just throw a sex toy right into the middle of the courts or right by the court sidelines. Like, there was even one game where the Atlanta Dream and the Chicago Sky had to pause the game in the final seconds because a purple sex toy was thrown right into the court. You notice why I'm mentioning the colors of the dildos, because most of them are green dildos. I mean, there was one instance where it was purple. They may come in a variety of colors and patterns, but most of the dildos that are being thrown into these games are green. And yes, this is where the cryptocurrency kicks in, and you are not going to believe me when I say this. This is a promotion for the green dildo coin. So the group behind something called the green dildo coin claimed responsibility for some of these instances. Like, that is a real name. So they launched the coin literally the day before they actually threw the first dildo at the WNBA games, and they thought that this stunt would make the coin go viral. And the group or the spokesperson behind the green dildo would go on to say that this has nothing to do with them hating women. They don't hate women. They don't hate women's sports. They just wanted to take advantage of the chaos of the situation and use that chaos to promote their crypto coin. And there's really nothing to it. And anyone that's saying that they're ruining women's sports or they're trying to sabotage the WNBA is just speaking nonsense. And let's be clear. Yes, there is a group that claims responsibility for throwing the green dildo into the WNBA games, but now it's getting to the point now that people are seeing this news or this stunt and they think this is funny and they think they could do the same thing. So now you have random people. Mind you, I already mentioned that there were two people that got arrested for this, and these two people have nothing to do with the cryptocurrency. So now not only do you have some crypto bro that is doing a wild stunt like that, but now you have copycats that have nothing to do with the cryptocurrency that is doing the exact same thing. So we need to be very clear about this, because I'm pretty sure the players and the coaches are fed up about this because it's dangerous and it's disrespectful as well. Plus, on top of that, it's very immature that we're out here again buying tickets with dildos shoved up our asses to bypass security, only to just throw it into the courts and just interrupt a game. Even one coach would even go as far as to say that this is sort of like the sexualization of women, because you have to think to yourself, you're doing this at the WNBA. You could have thrown that dildo at any other game, any other sport even. There's the the baseball, there's MLB, there's the NBA, football just started, and of all sports that you could throw a dildo at, it has to be the WNBA. And then on top of that, you have many copycats that are also targeting the WNBA for that same stunt. So this isn't something like, oh, come on, it's just a coincidence. Like, it's not a coincidence anymore. This is actually undermining the sport, and this is just making the WNBA even more of a laughingstock, because now it's very hard to take the WNBA seriously, because now that sport is being seen as, oh, it's just a place where you could just buy some tickets, watch some girls shoot some hoops, and then just for shits and giggles, just pull a dildo out my ass and just throw it right in there, you know? Like, hey, good game, good game. Like, it's absolutely insane. And just for a moment, I want to highlight the two shitheads that wanted to follow up on this stunt. You had one gentleman in Atlanta by the name of Delbert Carver, age 23, who was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, public indecency or indecent exposure, and criminal trespass after he was accused of throwing a sex toy at a game on the 29th of July. And then for the second arrest, you had Caden Lopez, age 18, who was also accused of throwing a sex toy at an August 5th game in Phoenix, and he hit a man watching the game on the head with that same dildo. This whole situation is like so sad, because it's literally a perfect storm of stupidity that we are witnessing in front of us. I just told you to imagine something like this, and you may have said, I can't imagine that, because that's absolutely ridiculous. But it actually happened, and it's a perfect storm of stupidity, because you have cryptocurrency. You have cryptocurrency. You also have viral stunts. You also have the sexualization of women. And then you have copycats that are in the mix of all this. Like, it's a really gross blender of all these things. And if you want to promote your meme coin, because I'm pretty sure there are so many opportunities to promote your meme coin, that's fine. If you want to promote your green dildo, that's fine. But maybe let's not throw dildos at a professional sport. Maybe we could just do that. Maybe we could just cross that off the list like, hey, maybe that's not a good idea. And for the WNBA, mind you, it's already hard enough for them to be taken seriously. Because every time you bring up a topic of like female athletes, the WNBA is always like the butt of the joke. Like, everyone loves to clown the WNBA because barely anybody, I'll be honest, it's not the most popular sport. I will admit that. But the WNBA, they're already going through enough shit with all that. And then on top of that, you have dildos being thrown at their game, which literally undermines them after they're trying to make themselves a serious sport and trying to convince people to take them seriously. So yeah, I can't believe I have to verbalize this. But let's not throw sex toys at a professional sport, especially at a women's professional sport. That's really it, y'all. I can't believe this has to be discussed. But here we are. Y'all are caught in the loop on the whole situation. I will catch y'all in my next video. Take care. Peace.